Yeah, and honestly, we kind of saw that there's an unfortunate ServiceNow story last week as well from executive perspective, where their president and COO, CJ Desai, resigned from the company. All we really know about it is that there seem to have been some issues associated with the U.S. Army or complaints with the DOJ, Department of Justice, seeming to be around some perhaps conflict of interest or perceived conflict of interest. And it was seen as big enough to make this move. And personally, I think it's a shame. I've chatted with CJ on several occasions. I know he's very smart around the company as a whole, around what ServiceNow does. But anytime you are working with the military or in a government deal, there are just certain rules that you cannot break around conflicts of interest that frankly don't exist in the general corporate world.
Yeah, I don't, we do not know a lot about this.
Mhm.
The fact that this came to light apparently through an internal complaint in March, and they conducted an internal investigation, and at the conclusion of that investigation, he was asked to, or they mutually agreed to resign the same day, effective immediately. And that to me says that whatever this was is not insignificant. I mean, Bill McDermott in his public announcements, at least the initial ones, really significantly downplayed it. But it was also notable in this article that we're referencing on CIO that Raj Iyer, who was the CIO of the Army who ServiceNow hired,
Mhm.
came out. I mean, his exact quote is, "I resigned because I didn't want to be associated with this fiasco in any way." And so, without knowing exactly what the heck this is, it some of the other analysis I read seemed to imply that they think that maybe he was trying to leverage that in ways that, as you said, there's very strong ethical standards about what they can and can't do. So I have no idea, but to me it reinforces what I was talking about, that I think when they get to this size and they're trying to maintain that level of growth rate, which we're talking growing billions of dollars of revenue a year. I mean, those are just massive numbers, that it ends up you start to see the bolt shake out of the ship, and I think that could be indicative of some of what we're seeing here. So, we'll see where this shakes out, and if this was a much ado about nothing or not. But it was very shocking, and I think it's a huge, huge loss for ServiceNow, because um, CJ was absolutely one of the kind of heartbeats of the organization.
Yes, it's not a decision that could have been made lightly. And frankly, I expect to see him show up at some other startup, some other company. They probably won't let him work as much on direct government sales or hiring deals, given this. But that's there's so much more to running a tech company than simply that piece of the puzzle. And he's obviously done a solid job in many other areas.
Well, and he was a brilliant operator. And if there's one company that needs a brilliant operator today, it's OpenAI. So maybe there'll be an opening for him.